Hello and welcome to Playing with Energy. My name is Venus Castleberg, as you probably already know. I wanted to talk today about this thing called acknowledgement. Let me just pull these guys up here. Hi, welcome. So I just had a thought, and of course, it just went away. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so acknowledgement. So, all right, there's something here that I've even been looking at myself. And it's the piece of, all right, so when somebody does something nice for you, it's really easy to acknowledge them, right? We're gonna go on a limb here. Would you be willing to acknowledge them even if they didn't do something nice? Like, why is all of the acknowledgement that we have based on something that we've deemed as positive in our lives instead of acknowledging all of it? Because I think some of you have maybe heard me say this, the universe is always conspiring for us, never against us. So if the universe is never conspiring against us, and always for us, then when something doesn't work out the way that you want it to, like let's just say a relationship doesn't work out the way that you want it to, then is that in fact another way that you can acknowledge? I know I might be stretching a little here, but like, could you acknowledge the last person that you were with wasn't really a match for you? And maybe you didn't know it right away, and maybe you didn't know it in the moment, and maybe even after, like, soon after it happened, it was sad and it was hard, right? But after a little bit of time passes, can you see how, um, yes, Joseph says, even when crap is going my way and going sideways, it's working out in his favor. Absolutely. So a relationship that didn't work out, what I really want to encourage you to do is to acknowledge the places or the people that maybe aren't the easiest, but are still working out in your favor, right? So let's look at that a little bit more. And we are going to get to an energy pull. I did promise you an energy pull today. And this is part of it because it's like, okay, if you're going to acknowledge things, can you acknowledge everything? Right? So let's say that things are really great in your finances and they're really great in your business and they're actually really good in your great in your relationship right now, your creationship, whatever you have, right? But then there's this one area that isn't quite where you'd like it. Or maybe there's two areas, like, or maybe there's three. Maybe you have like 3 out of 6. 3 out of 6 what you would consider positive, and 3 out of 6 that you consider negative. Now, can you, just for a moment, just for fun, toy with the idea of what if those things that aren't working out the way that you'd like them to right now are in fact working out in your favor, even though they don't look the way that you'd like them to, right? So for instance, sometimes we have body stuff. Sometimes people have weight stuff. Some people have other stuff. But what if whatever your body's going through is actually protecting you or healing something or taking care of you, but you're judging the symptoms that are showing up because you don't like them instead of being like, oh, body, what What magic are you creating? Because if the universe is always conspiring for us, never against us, then guess what? There's something working out in your favor in your body right now, even if it's uncomfortable. Or, something's showing you a different possibility in a relationship you're in because there is a different possibility. But if you didn't go through what you were going through right now, you wouldn't see the different possibility. You wouldn't gain the awareness that there was a different possibility. Like, right? Because everything also shows us places that we'd like to change or encourages us to ask questions or encourages us to look at things a little differently. But what I really wanted to encourage you to do today as a possibility was to get on here and say, can you acknowledge the things that are not as great as you'd like them to be? Like, can you find something to be grateful for even those things? No matter how small. Again, a, a bad relationship might just be like, okay, great, that relationship showed me what I don't want. So now I can have some more of what I do want. Okay, great, my body is not quite what I want it to be doing right now, but what's right about this? What's the miracle underneath this? What is my body healing or taking care of? Or, how much magic is happening that I can't even see or I don't even know because I've judged the way that it looks. What if acknowledgement actually doesn't come from the way things look, but what is truly happening underneath? And I know that that might be going out on a limb for a few of you. And if it is, if you're very confused by what I just said, I encourage you to send me a message. I would be happy to help clarify. And with that, I'd like to do a poll, an energy poll meditation today. So find a comfortable seat, or if you're driving, please don't close your eyes. But if you are not driving and you can take a couple minutes to just close your eyes. Sometimes closing our eyes takes away all the stimulus. Like for me, I can close my eyes and I'm not like paying attention to the camera or what's happening. And then just say hi to your body. Hi, body. Hi. And if there was something or is something going on right now with your body that you don't particularly like, would you take a moment and ask, body, what's the beautiful energy underneath this? What's right about this I'm not getting? What's the magic that's happening that I can't understand right now? What are you trying to show me? And then just let the questions go. You don't have to have an answer. You don't even have to get an awareness. But if you start to ask those questions with any area of your life, like what's right about this I'm not getting, what's beautiful energy underneath this, you can start to see the beauty in everything that is happening. No matter who's in office or what's happening with the planet, there's all this stuff is working to our favor, right? In some way. And all we have to do is start to ask, universe, show me. Show me the beautiful, the energy underneath it. And if you didn't judge it as bad and wrong, what could you perceive? What could you see and know? Feel your feet on the floor, or maybe feel your feet in your shoes. Maybe wrap your arms around you and just give yourself a little hug. When was the last time you gave yourself a little hug? Told yourself, I'm so grateful for you. Mm. And then, in light of what I was just talking about, that energy of like really acknowledging and knowing that everything is working out in your favor, then let's pull the energy in a completely different way. So every time we judge something as bad and wrong, we stop what's possible. We go into this resistance, right, against that energy. So, and if you're not resisting it, what can you receive from it? What energy can you receive from it? So let's just scroll back. You don't have to actually document it. We're just going to scroll back to through your lifetime and all the places that you judge something as bad and wrong. You resisted and reacted to it. You tried to avoid it. You were hurt by it, whatever it was, right? And then would you be willing to lower the walls and barriers, take your deepest barriers down, even the ones you don't know about, and then begin to perceive the energetic contribution that all those things that either happened or are happening, like all the energetic contribution that they actually are to your life and to what your life is to become. Look at who you are now today because of all those things that maybe even didn't work out the way you wanted. But can you see that the energy that is coming towards you now that contributed something to your growth, to your spirit, to your being, to who you are today, and acknowledge that. Not acknowledge the pain and the suffering and the trauma and drama. You don't need to do that, but you can acknowledge what gift and contribution it was to your life. And again, this doesn't have to be cognitive. You don't have to go through each detail. I'm actually asking just perceive the energy that it contributed to your life. And would you be willing to receive that energy now? The energy that, in essence, probably was trying to get to you for a long time, but you couldn't see it because you had a wall of pain and suffering and resistance to it, and deepest barriers down, even the ones we don't know about. And then receive again, acknowledge the gift that these things were and are to your life, and receive all of the contributions now. And yes, receive all of the acknowledgement and the contributions from everything that's happened in your life, everything that you've deemed as good and bad and ugly. But all of it contributed something, no matter how small. Again, maybe just a knowing that that wasn't the path that you wanted to go down. I had a broken arm when I first started massage school. I was fresh out of massage school and I got a broken arm. And that sent me down a completely different possibility and a path of life coaching and business coaching and transformational work that I maybe wouldn't have even explored had my arm not broken. Did my arm being broken at the moment suck? Sure. But how much did it contribute to my life and to who I am today? And just pulling, we're just receiving all the energy. The universe's desire to gift you possibilities and energetic contributions and gratitude and acknowledgement for everything in your life. What if even somebody's judgment, if you didn't judge it as bad and wrong, could be an energetic contribution to you? People who judge you and blame you for something are only blaming you because that's something they themselves have done or are doing. So if we had no point of view, if we had no judgment, we could just essentially receive it as energy and acknowledge and be grateful for everything. When you see the people asking, what are you grateful for? When was the last time you were grateful for what you thought were your problems, or are grateful for what you thought were your struggles or your challenges? I'm grateful when I get a pain in my neck because it reminds me to sit up straight. My body talks to me, right? But I could be like, oh, that's bad and wrong, and I have the pain in my neck. Or I could be like, body, what are you trying to show me? And be grateful for the pain that has me sit up straighter. Be grateful for the pain that maybe sends you in a different direction. And again, deepest barriers down, even the ones you don't know about, and just receiving all of the energetic contribution of everything. Letting go of all points of view that you have about anything being right and wrong, good and bad, and just allow it to be energy. How much money you do have is not right. How much money you don't have is not wrong. It's just money, it's just energy. And it too desires to contribute to you all the time. But if we judge how much we don't have, we limit what we can receive. It's the same thing with everything in our life. Again, it's so easy to acknowledge the places that we think we're winning, that we have it right, that we're succeeding. And yet we don't acknowledge the places where we still have challenges. What else would truly be possible if there was no point of view, no judgment, and only energy that comes and goes, that ebbs and flows, that goes up and goes down, that goes through and that goes out, right? And just receive all of it. This is the wealth and the abundance of the universe, gifting and receiving all the time, pouring energy into you. And our only limit to what we can receive is the walls and the barriers and the limits we put on ourselves. Would you be willing to take those walls and barriers down more? Receive more. Take the walls and barriers down more and receive more. If we didn't have a judgment of some things being bad and wrong, we wouldn't ever feel like we needed to protect ourselves from anything. We can head down one path, and if that path is not the path that was fun for us and light for us, we can choose a different path, but not because that path is wrong, just because it doesn't work for us. What else is truly possible? For us, our lives, for you and your body, deepest barriers down, and receive more. The universe is showering down energy, contribution, possibilities, light, love, gratitude, acknowledgement, appreciation for you, for who you are, for the gift that you bring to this world. And you would not be able to bring that gift to this world had you not gone through everything you went through. You are not broken. You are not wrong. You do not need to be fixed. Who are you? Who would you like to be? Who are you choosing to be? It is just a choice. But acknowledging all of it, everywhere you came from, every experience you've ever had, can you acknowledge and be grateful for all of it today? And if not all of it, then maybe just 10% more. Just be grateful for 10% more. 10% more of your body, the one little thing about your body that you don't like. Can you find gratitude for that today too? And the more that you are grateful, the more things will grow. Your life will expand. The acknowledgement of everything allows it to get greater. Would you be willing to let your life expand more? Receive more? And then if it's fun for you, you can gift back to others, to the earth with the overflow. Allowing yourself to put yourself first. And receive more. Deepest barriers down. Acknowledge more. Be grateful for more. Even if it's just one more thing today. And then can you be grateful that you were that much more grateful today? Even that little smidgen, you're like, oh, look, I was more grateful for me. I was more grateful for my life. And I can be grateful that I was a little bit more grateful. And anything that doesn't allow that will destroy and uncreate it all. Beautiful. Begin to take a couple of deep breaths. Slowly open your eyes. Hopefully you didn't close them if you were driving. I will say this. I am so, so grateful for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the gift that you are in my life. We have all crossed paths in one way or another in this lifetime or another. And I am so grateful you chose to be here today. Have a magical day.